Well, this is how we started the year, actually almost every year in Minnesota. We found out that the We Watch, We Call signs make great measuring sticks as to how much snow we have in a year. We were honored by the Chamber of Commerce with this Community Service Award for our efforts so far. That was right up to 2013. But it was a great way to start the year. We started the new year with a new design. We took the original emblem that's used by the Robbinsdale Police Department and kind of turned it into our own thing. Found the badge, wanted to make sure that the badge said Robbinsdale Crime Prevention and not Police Department. And then 1987 it refers to the year that the Crime Prevention Association got started after the death of Officer John T. Scanlon. I believe this was from our February meeting. There's Officer Christopher Woodhall, our PCAC. In April, we were honored to have Sergeant Grant Snyder from the Minneapolis Police Department come and talk about sex trafficking. First-hand accounts from him and the battle that they have, not only in the bigger cities, but also in the suburbs. Real eye-opening experience, and we had some good attendance there as well. So thank you, Sergeant Grant Snyder, for your presentation. Then it was time for the Extravaganza. Here's our treasurer, Erica Jones, with Chris Woodall at City Hall. It was a fine time, and Erica had a great time giving away all the little Junior G-Badge stickers, and it's always a good time. We like to participate in that. And we were a sponsor for the first Birdtown Marathon, which brought thousands of people into the city, had hundreds of participants doing the run, and we were sure happy to be there, as you can tell from the smiling face of our secretary, Krista Peterson. In June, then, we had the topic, Let's Talk About Drugs, and it was all about prescription drugs in the house, which there's so many that are there, and the comments that you see here on this ad have to do with why it's a risk. When they're in the house, you think that they're safe, but you never really know. Maybe we can rerun this again in 2015. The RCPA also put a sign in the outfield at Lakeview Terrace, where all season folks are out there playing ball and spectating, and thousands of people come through. We were certainly happy to help the Baseball Association be able to get our message across, and I think our message is succinct. We got a lot of feedback from it. People really liked it, and it was a lot of fun to do. And this is a sign that we can use year after year. Someone sent this to our Facebook page, and it's a really easy thing to do, a way to stay a little bit safer, or at least ward off anyone who might be prowling around your car at night. You could just grab your keys and use the red button there on your remote to activate the horn briefly, which would be enough to scare a potential criminal away. Speaking of the Facebook page, we hit 500 likes in the middle of the year. We were pretty happy about that, as you can see once again by all of our smiling faces. For Whiz Bang, we were fortunate enough to sponsor a junior ambassador, which also kind of helps the city and helps fund some of the Whiz Bang activities. But we sponsored Miss Miranda Asher, and she won. So she is now part of Robbinsdale Whiz Bang royalty. You'll be seeing more of her in just a few minutes, because we're very proud of her, and we've invited her back on several occasions. Here's a reminder that we put in during the summer on our Facebook page, that newer windows provide these safety locks, and yet people don't use them very much. But if you know that they're there and you use them, they are a great deterrent, because people simply cannot get the window open. In August, it was time for National Night Out. Here are a few examples of the great turnout that we had during that event, all around the city. Very successful, a lot of participation. It was just terrific. We enjoyed being a part of it. We enjoyed sponsoring it. We'll do it again this next year, and just a great thing all around for Robbinsdale. Here we are at the Police and Fire Open House with City Councilman Pat Backen and his son Robert. The open house is a great opportunity every year to come here and see what the police and the firemen do, to look at the equipment. There's lots of exhibits, and it's a great feeling of community. Highly recommended. People should come out and do that every year. Again, it's just one of the things that makes Robbinsdale very special. And Miranda was there. So as another way to generate funds from the community, we designed the window cling. It looks great in your car window or your windows at home. Again, the RCPA design, and maybe a would-be burglar or somebody might see that and say, hey, I think I'll just move on to the next house or car. And of course we have those for sale. The 2014 meet and greet was a great time. It always is. They block off West Broadway, and then there are many booths and tables set up by all of the profit and nonprofit organizations in town. We met lots of folks. We sold a few signs, sold a few window clings. It was a great time. Happy to be there with Secretary Krista Peterson, and certainly plan to come back again in 2015. Whoa, how did that get in here? Our next meeting was a Meet the Chief meeting. There's Chief Jim Franzen, and had a good turnout for that, and he kind of went through how to make your house a smaller target. Has some good stories. That's one of the important things about our collaboration with the Robbinsdale Police Department. There's a wealth of stories, information, and experience that can be shared at our meetings, and that is definitely one of the goals of the RCPA. And then we hit 600 likes. So within a year, 100 people came to our Facebook page and said, hey, I like this. And they clicked on it. Also, that's a great source. If there's something that's going on that the community should know about right away, we'll go ahead and post that. Oh, and this is a photo of our Vice President, Tina Juliana. The reason I included it is because she is also a reserve officer. So at all of these events, or most of these events, she is in uniform and she has a duty to do. So if you don't see her at our booth, it's because she's out there doing the real police work as a reserve, and we appreciate that, and I wanted to recognize Tina. Thank you. In the future, what you want to look for in 2015 is more posts like this, either in your social media various pages. We'll also send something out via email. We do plan these meetings ahead of time. We don't just wing them. We're always going to try to bring you more information, update information, and we certainly hope that you can join us in 2015.